That's when the heartaches began. I spied a crossroad, she was young and not so. I took
First of all, I'd like to welcome you all and thank you all for coming. The meeting, as you're probably aware, has been organised by the 68 Committee, which was set up at the start of the year after a conference in Coal Island, with the remit to commemorate the events of 1968 and 69 and the events which have followed on from those right up to the present day. I'd like, in starting, to thank the West Belfast Festival for facilitating us by allowing us to have this meeting during their festival. Those of you who have been about the area will have been aware of the very excellent work which the festival has done in organising the people of the area largely to show what they're capable of producing. So we'd like to start off by thanking the West Belfast Festival for the facilities that they've allowed us. I think it's important to say a few things before I introduce the speakers. We have invited speakers who represent various aspects of the civil rights movement and various aspects of the struggle since the civil rights movement. We have Bernadette McAliskey, who played a prominent role, that you're aware, in the early days and became the youngest woman elected to the Westminster Parliament, and has been active ever since on civil rights and associated issues. We have Michael Farrell, who again was equally active in that period and since that period, and I could say the same for Eamon McCann, who's here with us. We hope to have Jerry Adams, who again needs very little introduction, as the Member of Parliament for this area and has played a leading role in the struggle for basic rights for the people of this area and for the people of the North in the last 20 years. And we've invited John Hume. This month, 20 years ago, August 1968, saw the beginning of a struggle which we see ongoing to the present day. At the end of the month, we'll be commemorating, the 68 Committee will be commemorating the first march which took place in that struggle. That was the march from Coal Island to Dungannon, which took place after a protest had taken place in Caledon, where a number of people had occupied houses which had been unfairly allocated by a unionist council. A Catholic family occupied that house and were subsequently evicted by the RUC. And as a result of that, a protest demonstration was organised between Coal Island and Dungannon, and that was to be the beginning of a struggle for civil rights and a struggle for the basic rights of the nationalist community, which has gone on right up to the present day. The course of that struggle has seen great heights of courage shown by the people who've been involved in it. We think that's something which is worth noting. At the same time, in the course of that struggle, we have experienced great depths of sorrow and sadness. And again, I think we feel it's fitting to pay tribute to those who have suffered so much and have given so much in the struggle for the rights of all of us. So we feel that it is important that we do mark the 20th anniversary and commemorate the events which took place in 1968. The things which we set out to demand peacefully in 1968, basic justice for the nationalist community in the North, those demands are still to be met. The context may have changed in the 20 years, but the basic demand for justice for the nationalists in the 6 counties still remains to be achieved. So we see this as not just to commemorate, to go back in time, to reminisce.